I made $500,000 with 2 AI businesses in 2025. I'm 24. $500,000 is great money, but if I knew back then what I know now, I could have done it way faster. But such is life. I'm going to be the best YouTube channel in the AI business niche. So if you're here right now, congratulations, you're early. I'm not number one yet, but I will get there. So get ready for 6 figures worth of game for free in this video. This is where AI business got me 2025. I was featured on Business Insider for my work in AI automation. I was offered $200,000 for one of my AI apps, and I was able to scale pretty quickly, work on some pretty big projects, and it was only up from there. As you can see, there's 3 AI businesses, even though the title says 2. That's because I launched a new one, probably the biggest one yet, at the end of last year. So I'll save that for later in the video. My first major AI business is a service-based agency that then turned into a product-based agency. So these are some of my one-off projects that I've built with a lot of clientele that I work with over the last 365 days. Some of them are even 2 years old, so for the year before. But this is a big collection. There's like 60, 70 plus agents in here. Again, featured on Business Insider. Now, I started with selling AI to online businesses. I built a lot of one-off projects, setup fee, monthly retainers, the whole thing. But honestly, there's a big trend where everyone thinks that they can sell an AI voice receptionist for $5,000 with a $500 month retainer, and everyone prices their solutions at that level. But that's just not, that's not probable anymore. And this whole fake media of, oh my God, you can sell an AI voice for 5K and make a crazy retainer and everyone will say yes to it, just selling a dream that is never realized for a lot of people. Some of my notable clients I work with is New Tradition Media. This is actually the owner of the Times Square Tower in New York City, where they display a lot of ads and they run all the ads that are put on the main tower. I signed a $80,000 plus deal with them, which was pretty crazy. I also worked with Liam Otley back in 2023. One of my first ever AI assistants I ever built was for him. This is before he blew up. Obviously, he's the biggest AI business channel on YouTube, but I'm coming for the throne. Now, there's a huge problem with service-based agencies, and that's the fact that they're one-off projects. Once you build them once, the client never comes back, unless you did a really, really good job. And sometimes they'll come back if they have another project, but a lot of times the client really only wants one project from you, and that can become a bore because now you have to go find more clients. But that's when I discovered something that maybe I should never have laid my eyes on, and that was Acquire.com. Acquire.com is a marketplace of apps where you see, let's say the revenue was $340,000 in the trailing 12 months, which is the last 12 months essentially. You can sell for 3 to 5x its annual revenue for full profit. So this all-in-one website design plugin that does whatever, it made $340,000 in the last 12 months, and the sell price is $1.1 million, and that's considered at market price. I mean, the chance of this getting sold is actually pretty high. Another SaaS, 75K in revenue. They're selling for about 2.3x and selling for $200,000. That's a check that hits your bank account directly. When I saw that, I decided to ditch this whole, one-off projects. Unless the project was really cool and I felt really passionate about it, I'd still, take it on. But I decided to move it to the app game, the AI product game. This is something that, you build an AI solution or product for, you build it once and you just resell it multiple times over and over again. You don't have to create something custom for each new user or client in this case. It's the most scalable way of AI business that exists. My AI app, had an MRR of $10,000 peak, and unfortunately with this market we're in, it's hard to believe this. So let me go ahead and show you the live Stripe. This is my Stripe dashboard for one of my products. As you can see, in the first 6 months of last year, it made about 40.9K in profit. And just so you don't believe that I did an HTML inspect and just changed the values, I refreshed and you can still see the numbers stay the same because this is real. These are real numbers. So 40.9K in the first 6 months of the year. So the projected revenue was about $80,000 till the end of the year. It didn't actually go down that nicely. That's a story for another time. But it still made about 60 grand over the entire year, which is pretty cool. Now, if you take $60,000 and you multiply it by 3 to 5x, you get $180,000 to $300,000 sell price. I don't know why it says 70K here. It should be 60K. But regardless, we're selling it for under market price. Now, we also have another SaaS. My business partner and I, we listed this one for $235,000. This was probably one of our older ones. It's an Instagram mass DM software. If you search up Instagram mass DM, it'll be the first one that comes up on Google. Yeah, we're like that. It made about $51,000 in that's a TTM. The profit margins weren't the best compared to the other one, but we have a pretty good growth rate. Our last month's revenue was decent. I only spent like 3 hours a month on this anyways. We listed for $235,000, which it falls in the 3 to 5x multiple in the revenues, right? So again, take your revenue, multiply by 3 to 5x, that's a sell price. So $50,000 times 3 is 150, times 5 is 250. We're selling it for 235. That's only 4.6x, meaning the probability of this actually getting sold is pretty good. I like our chances with this one. Now, if you're deciding whether you should do a product-based business or a service-based business in the AI world, I would say start with service-based. You always want to work with clients one-on-one and really understand how to work with a client's pain points, how people think, because that builds great experience and insight for when you do build a product, right? It's important to understand customers no matter which business field you're in. The ideal scenario, however, is if you can turn a service-based business into a product-based business like I did, granted a client is willing or allowing you to sell the solution they paid you to build to other people. Now, the software that I had that I eventually got an offer for $200,000 for, it started as a one-off project with a client who did not ask for the IP of the product. He didn't care if I resold the product, so I did. I turned it into a product and just resold the hell out of it. I turned a $2,000 one-time project fee into a $600 a month retainer project for every new client. Scaled it to like 9 clients, earning $5,400 in revenue. Then did a referral system where they invited their friends. They got $100 off. And I ended up with a 9K, 10K MRR at the peak. Now, the ideal scenario is that exact same thing happens to you, where a client pays you to build something and they allow you to productize it and you resell it to others. So that is like if you get a custom voice AI receptionist for a dermatologist and you maintain the intellectual property of the product and the dermatologist doesn't care that you're someone who wants to resell it. And in fact, if they do care, just offer them a commission. Say, hey, for every sale I get, you will get like 15% sale commission. And they'll be more than happy because right now everyone wants to have their hand in an AI business. And what better AI business to run than the one that you don't have to run? You just get commission just for being there, just for existing, honestly. That's the ideal scenario. Because that way, even if no one else buys this product, at least you got paid to build it. So you wasted absolutely zero time. So I don't want any excuses, why you can't build an AI product. Literally find a client to pay you and then just resell the exact same product to other clients that match the same ICP. Use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. You can literally hyper target customers off of that. So again, no excuses. Now, my second business is an AI coaching business. This is a B2C business where I coach everyday people, 9-to-5 workers, college students, other business owners on how to either build, launch, or scale their AI business depending on where they are in the stage of their AI business. So I guess you could also say it's a B2B in a way. Sometimes business owners come in, but maybe it's a hybrid B2C slash B2B, but most of the people are B2C, I'd say. Now, I used to run an SAT training business. This is kind of crazy to show, I feel like, but shoot, why not show it? So you search up my name, you look at this channel right here. I used to create SAT videos that went super viral, 1.9 million views, 1.1 million views, 333,000 views, and I was known as the SAT guy. People in college would stop me saying, yo, you're the SAT guy. I ran a coaching business where I would teach students how to, ace the SAT exam, get a high score. And I took that teaching experience and then I took my building experience of running an AI service-based agency and then I turned that into an AI coaching business. I combined the two, right? And since then I've worked with over 150 plus AI service-based agency founders as well as AI product-based business owners. And it's been a blast. This is the Discord right here. It's just a snapshot, a sneak peek of what it really is. I think a student just won right here. Yeah, this is a student win. She got a 33% rev share deal with a custom web development company and also is getting paid $150 per meeting and $500 per placement for a project that she's working on. Now, the biggest thing I did with my AI coaching business that I feel like a lot of people don't do is I actually made sure that I could deliver. So what I did was I started with a small batch of 5 students that I recruited for my YouTube videos, and then I just put a sign up link and they joined, and I didn't have to hop on a sales call. They were just down right away, and I was selling it for like about $3,000 per student. Just coaching them, and I ended up with real success stories. I had one of my first ever students scale to $12,000 a month. I did an interview with him on my YouTube channel, my other one that you guys probably don't know about yet. Also, did an interview with another student of mine who came as an Instacart driver and then graduated the program and became a full-time AI automation engineer while also running an AI agency on the side. So this is probably the best, not rags to riches, but a lower income to pretty solid income. And that's what led me to quitting my 9 to 5 job where I was making $144,000 in New York City every single year. I was a software engineer, but I quit because I realized that what I have was my AI service-based agency slash product-based agency and my AI coaching business. Running both of them in tandem was already making me more money projected than my New York City software engineering job. So I was like, why am I here, right? And that's what resulted in me quitting. And I never looked back. Since then, I had a ton of students just keep winning. I had a student go from 0 to 3.2K per month in 4 weeks. He was a high school senior. Now he's a college freshman. Ron, another student, software engineer intern, college student, $6,000 a month. This is a 5K project he landed from one client, and it's only been growing. We have a wall of love, wall of testimonies. My coaching program has been soaring, and since it was soaring, the money also comes with it. One of my mentees landed $30,000 annual deal. Literally, one client's paying $30,000 every year to build and maintain a product. That is an amazing, amazing deal you can possibly land, and I was even a part of it. I was literally in the middle of Peru sandboarding when this happened, and when you get a win like this, if you run any AI EDU business, you know that you market the hell out of it. You show everyone that look what my mentees did, right? That's what I did, and this results in a lot of other mentees join the program and help me, scale my program to now what it is, 150 people. So it's pretty crazy. Unfortunately, AI EDUs, despite become very popular, and you see, if you go on Instagram, you're an AI niche, you'll probably see a ton of coaches saying, "Oh my God, like earn $10,000 a month selling AI." But a lot of it is fake, man. They make it seem like you can do it within like one day, but that's not true. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the time. If you do, you have success stories like this $5,000 Ron made was his first 5 weeks in the program. That's not everyone's story. Some people take them like 3 to 4 months before they get their first 4-figure client, and that's just the name of the game, right? And there's so many fakes out there, and I had a note to myself to show the fakes and call them out, but I don't want to do that. You can just imagine then if you see someone who is a big YouTuber slash coach and he tells people he should run an SMA, and now all of a sudden he's selling AI systems and building AI systems. It's false. If I ask him to create one end-to-end workflow, he'll be in shambles. Now, remember that. If you find any AI coach on Instagram, YouTube, see if they can build an AI system from scratch by their own hand. Chances are they can't. Or they have someone that they hire to, fulfill in the program. Like you will not get one-on-one access with them, guaranteed. Just not how it works. Now, as cool as that is, this is actually a coach from the niche I just shitted on. He's a good coach, and he even gave me my props, saying that, hey man, your students are cracked. They're closing a shit ton of deals, and his aren't that technical. All right, so he was extremely transparent with me, and I was like, yeah man, my students are them, right? This text was serious. Like, I generally reject people that have zero drive, even if they're willing to pay me the $3,000 plus to join this program. It's like, there's no point, because it's gonna hurt the quality of the program, So while this was all going on, I was, starting this coaching program, growing it. I also maintained my AI service-based agency. I revamped the site. I made it look pretty. Like, the site right now, I think it's one of the better sites you'll ever see in AI agency, right? It's very modern. There's a ton of the projects that we've built in the past 365 days. Some great metrics, nice animations as well. Like, this is what a good AI automation site looks like. Have some sort of interactive component, right? And it's cool. It's cool. And this isn't me gloating or boasting, right? This is me just being very transparent with how I did what I did. And this is how things progress. And at this point, you're probably wondering, like, okay, so be honest, which one makes you more money? Is it the coaching or is it the building? I can't say which one makes me more on a per month basis because it's hard. For example, in October, coaching and content made $50,000 in profit. All right, that was more than my service-based agency. So in October of last year, I made more with my coaching program, and I'm proud to say that. I've helped mentees make even more money than me. So I'm doing what I set out to do. Now at the same time, the moment this 200K check cashes in, my AI product based agency is automatically gonna be greater in terms of profits than my AI coaching business, because this acquisition is just that big. And that's the beauty of AI products. At the end of the day, your AI product based agency will always make you more money than your AI coaching business if you actually know how to build. Because then you can build these apps, scale them, sell them on acquire.com, get acquired, and walk out with a multi six-figure check. And that's something that an AI coaching business just can't give you. But it's also good in its own way. I'd say AI coaching business is so much more scalable in terms of speed. You can get to like 10K, 20K a month much faster when it comes to AI coaching. But when it comes to AI product, it might take you a little longer, right? So, but AI coaching business, there's no multiple. You can't sell it for 3 to 5x as annual revenue, because you are the brand, you are the main coach. Without you, the coaching program dies, and that's just the nature of it. Which is why, if you ask me if I had to shut down a program, I shut down my coaching program. Even though I love helping people, I love seeing my students succeed, I love products more. I love building. I'm a builder at heart, right? That's what every AI business owner should be. We're all builders at heart. This is a program that I built, and with my AI coaching and all the solutions I've built throughout the last year, I decided, there's a bigger opportunity ahead. This is where we get into the third AI business. I purposely made it question marks because I didn't want you to get a sneak peek. But if I had to give a sneak peek, this is what it would be. It's the highest ticket offer you can potentially offer in the AI space, I believe, for the most part, unless it's some crazy AI product or solution you're building out. The range of the value you can get per client can be from $10K to $500,000. Depending on the size of your client. And as weird as that sounds, it's gonna make a lot of sense very soon. Here's an example of one of my friends who landed a 7K client for a 3-day workshop. That's like the entire offer. And the client I got and I landed was an $18,000 client for a 4-day workshop. So his was under the 10K range, mine was above the 10K range. But you're probably wondering, what is a workshop? What is a 3-day workshop? What is a 4-day workshop? What's going on? So let me introduce the AI EDU package, I guess you can say. Now, you might be wondering, hey, wait, I thought your coaching program was AI EDU. It is. But now there's a bigger opportunity. There are companies right now that are scrambling to get their employees trained. They want their employees trained on using AI and learn how to build with AI and build AI automations for their company, for their internal operations. Why would you spend $6,000, $60,000, $600,000 on an AI agency that you will forever need for the rest of your life to maintain the product, build the product, add updates to your product, versus having your in-house developers or non-technical employees turn developers, because you get AI training, build these solutions for them. I mean, AI receptionists, for most of you watching this video, you probably don't know how to code. You probably use VAPI, Bland, Retail to build your AI receptionist. And then you're selling for $3,000, $5,000. It probably took you like a week to build, right? While 1-2 YouTube tutorials, you'd probably be able to build the exact same receptionist. Kind of most of your receptionists are probably ass. So with that in mind, why would you pay someone $5,000 and $500 a month when you can have your employee who's already getting paid on salary, so you don't have to pay them any more or any additional money, and they can build the exact same thing for no extra cost? It is a no-brainer for most companies. So imagine, you're the one who's able to give this education to these business owners and their staff, their program managers. And those are 2 AI EDU deals that actually landed in 2025. My first ever deal was a $3,000 deal. It was just a 2-day workshop. It was remote, very easy, very low ticket in this space, considered low ticket. And then my second client, who I'll be working with in this February, I'm going out to Florida to meet him and conduct this workshop, is $18,000 for 4 days. Flights, hotels, food, fully paid for. And I have another deal coming up that is already, for the most part, closed. It's pretty huge, so I can't really announce it until the partnership is officially formed, and I'm actually have my itinerary for the 6-day workshop in this case. But that's another AI corporate EDU deal that's currently under the works. But this is where I'm going to be putting more of my focus over the next, I don't know, we'll see, over the next couple of months maybe, until this deal is closed, and then I'll go back to the AI coaching, B2C as well as AI product. But the cool part about it is, in the AI business, if you know automation well, you can automate a lot of your internal operations. I'm still able to travel, have fun. I'm going to Guatemala in 3 weeks with friends. I'm not going to be working for 7 days straight. And that's fine, because I have systems in place that the business is running without me, which is great. Obviously, content, it's me, but everything else can be ran. The cool part about this corporate offers is that it's very scalable, right? Because you can build courses for your corporate client, and this course you build for them, you can just resell it to other corporations. Or when you do trainings for other businesses, you can give them the same exact course that they can work. And with this type of offer, you usually do have a course attached with the workshop. So when the workshop's over and you leave, your trainees can view the course and look back at everything that was discussed in the workshop. This is Vega AI, by the way. This is not a sponsored video at all. But if you want to build some pretty powerful courses, Vega AI is the move. And this is my example course that I give to some of my mentees in my B2C coaching program. Right, it's packed. If you open these arrows, you see so many different modules, over 130 modules. But I try to give my best I can give, and I can just take some parts of this and use those mini courses within this big course and sell them to corporations. In fact, I'm already getting paid $2,000 a month for just one of the mini courses that I have for my overall course that I use in the B2C coaching program. So it's pretty crazy. $2,000 a month for just this small module right here. I'm getting paid $2,000 a month just for access for one company, and I think they have 8 employees. Very easy, man. And yeah, you reuse these video modules as training courses for employers, which is extremely scalable. And you want to think about scalability at every single time you can. Here's an example of the client I'm currently working with. So I met him in October of last year, and in November I delivered the course. It was very simple, just end-to-end course that does media production at a pretty high level. But it's very easy to create. These workflows are easy to create. Using Lovable AI is easy to do. It's nothing that's novel, nothing that's absolutely crazy. I'm not a genius or a whiz. This is just me doing more than you. That's it. I'm just doing more than you. Okay? And I'm being smarter. I'm thinking scalability wise. I'm thinking, how do I not have to repeat what I already did again for someone new? Because if you're repeating the same things over and over again for every new client, you don't have a system. You don't have a scalability factor at all. You're just running it like a hamster on a hamster wheel. Absolutely abysmal. And the cool part about this is, when I conduct these bigger workshops that I imagine myself doing this year, I have a team of 150 plus mentees who are qualified to work with corporations because they're absolute dogs. They know how to build AI solutions. They know how to build end-to-end workflows, AI systems, so they can work with me in these workshops and teach other people and train these program managers and employees at these big companies or mid-ticket companies that have 10,000, 50,000 employees. And we can all win a lot of income and profits off of this, right? And that's the beautiful part about it. It's basically an AI ecosystem that I built. You have this AI ecosystem where you kind of have your hand in everything. You have your hand in the actual building the solutions, a hand in the teaching how to build, and then a whole new vertical, which is teaching corporations. So they all blend together. You should make it so they all make this AI ecosystem that is kind of just expanding at an exponential rate. There's a common phrase, right? You want to not be the person digging in the gold rush. You want to be the person who's selling the shovels. Well, there's so many shovel builder scenarios in this weird AI world we're in right now, where the businesses who need AI added to their systems, any AI system engineer is considered the shovel seller, because any AI service-based agency is a shovel seller because they're the ones who are helping that business automate their operations. And then there's another level where the builders are the shovels, and now the seller of the shovels are the ones who are teaching people how to build. I think that's my B2C coaching program, right? Where Agent Rise, I'm teaching students how to build proper AI systems, AI apps, and make money off of them. And that is me being the seller of the shovels. And then again, the whole new ball game is corporate EDU. This is where the market is going to be moving. At least if you're one of the top dogs in the market, if you have clients already, then there's no reason you're not trying to do the corporate EDU. You're missing out on big chunks of income, which, hey, if you're fine with that, go for it, right? And it is work. Corporate offer isn't easy to replicate. But the cool part about this is that each business is $1 million opportunity, right? Some are just more scalable faster than others, while others result in bigger payouts. Like an AI info business might be more scalable for some people than an AI product-based business, but we all know at the end of the day, the one that gets the biggest checks possible is an AI product-based business. But hey, I've made over $50,000 in a single month through coaching, and I also made $50,000 a month through AI product. So who knows which one is the one that's going to win at the end. Probably corporate EDU though. This one's probably going to be the one that can earn you like a 6-figure check in a month. Not saying it will, or not guaranteed at all. It's just possible. Like the way, if you can land a client that has like 20 employees that need to be trained and you charge $5,000 a head, that's $100,000. But time will tell, right? And hopefully I lead the way, and you guys just follow my lead, and you can win as I win, and that's the goal. And if you learned anything from this video, be sure to subscribe and watch the next one.